First base. Who's your favorite DFS play on this short 3-game main slate tonight, Steven? Pitcher or hitter?
Yeah, I hate the scheduling when it's like the 3 games on a Thursday night. That's
terrible.
That's
what are we doing here, man?
Right. But you know what? Let's just be happy. A month and a half ago, we thought we weren't even going to have a sport. With that being said, Michael Brantley going against Glenn Otto tonight. I think this is a really solid spot for Brantley, who's been on one lately at the plate. You look at the numbers for Glenn Otto throughout his career, which only spans, about a year and a few months here, against lefties, 4.18 FIP, a 4.06 WOBA. This has really been a tough spot for Glenn Otto going against the Astros, who, aside from that start against Nick Pivetta, have been hitting very, very well. When you hit 5 home runs in an inning, I think your team is locked in, or maybe that's more about Nathan Eovaldi just can't keep the ball in the park. With that being said, yeah, that was brutal. With that being said, Brantley at 4K tonight is in a really solid spot. Slim pickings tonight. Brantley's one of your guys in the outfield.
Congratulations about the Mariners being in town too. I'm sure you'll be camped out at Fenway for the next 4 days.
Can't wait, baby. Can't wait.
All right, Gary Bear, talk to me here, dude.
I basically had a note written down that was, if Steve talks about Zach Gallen, pivot to left-handed Astros batters. If he talks about left-handed Astros batters, you get to talk about Zach Gallen. Look, I'm not going to come in here and paint a picture of some beautiful world where Zach Gallen, nice pivot play tonight. He's going to be 60, 65% owned on this slate. But the fact of the matter is there's only 6 starting pitchers. You got to choose 2 of them. So I'm not that worried about eating the chalk here with Gallen, who's in a fantastic matchup against the Cubs. They have been hitting slightly better as of late. I think the Pittsburgh Pirates pitching staff is probably a big reason for that. Zach Gallen is much better than the collection of arms they have faced the last 3 days. And for the season, for the month of May as a whole, Chicago has the lowest WRC plus of any team in the National League. They also second highest strikeout rate, up over 27%. Gallen's got a 1.87 expected ERA, 7 strikeout to walk ratio so far this season, 27% strikeout rate. He's doing everything you could possibly ask. He's one of the best pitchers in the National League when he's healthy, and he's healthy. So just use that Gallen.
All right, Erik, who's your favorite DFS play tonight? 3-game main slate.
I like Julio Rodriguez at just 3,300. As long as he's sitting in this range, I think I'm going to keep going back there pretty frequently. Huge talent. Came in with tons of hype, the kind of hype that we'd normally attach to somebody who would sit, close to 5,000 in these contests. His season numbers still aren't very good because he was terrible in his first 12 games, in part because he seemed to be getting screwed by umpires at historical rate. Some of the studies showing how many called third strikes that were called incorrectly on him. He was halfway to the season record after a couple weeks or something like that. He had a 367 OPS and a strikeout rate north of 45 for the first 12 games. In his last 25, though, he's got that OPS up to 816, striking out 25% of the time, which is a little high, but completely fine. He also has 11 steals on the season, so he's contributing even when he doesn't hit. He'll get the platoon advantage against Rich Hill, drafted out of college when Rodriguez was 1.5 years old. Has an ERA under 3 this season, but isn't really supporting that. I'm going to stick with Rodriguez at least until he gets up over 4,000. I think he's a guy you have to look at almost every night.